Aaron, what is our fifth main topic today?
This comes to us from Michael Johnson, who says, while, like everybody, I am excited to see Hugh Jackman return as Wolverine, I do think there's a downside that fans aren't thinking about. John, you've often discussed the mistake of Lucasfilms doing a young Solo movie so soon after The Force Awakens. To that point, I feel it would be more difficult for moviegoers to get excited for a new Wolverine. We wouldn't be as removed from Logan, which we thought was Hugh's last appearance. Do you agree, or am I overreaching?
All right, first of all, thanks a lot for saying that in, Michael. And let's start with this. The greatest news I have ever had the privilege of covering since I started in this damn job. We talked about this yesterday when the news broke. We, of course, did open mic yesterday after the news broke, just like 20 minutes after the news broke, that Hugh Jackman is, of course, returning as Wolverine for Deadpool 3, something we've all kind of suspected, all of us, you, us, everybody, we all suspected that was going to happen. But for it to become real, I can honestly say this is my most anticipated movie now. Deadpool 3, I mean, I was already super excited for it, of course, but Deadpool 3, more than any upcoming Star Wars project, more than any upcoming DC or Marvel or any Christopher Nolan or Marty Scorsese or Steven Spielberg, Deadpool 3 is now my most anticipated movie. That might tell you a lot about me, maybe, but I don't care. I am so excited about this. This is the greatest news I've heard in the movie world, maybe my entire career. Okay, so that being said, we talked a lot about that yesterday. Let's get to your question for a second. You know, I often did say that one of the big problems and why I thought, like, the moment they announced the Solo movie, which a movie is I quite enjoyed, by the way, but the moment they announced the Solo movie, I had said, I think this isn't a good idea. Nobody's really asking for it. And we literally just had Harrison Ford playing Han Solo, and now you're just going to immediately follow that up with somebody else playing Han Solo. I didn't know that was going to fly. I understand that why you would ask the question, but I would propose to you that there is something very fundamentally different about this situation. Alden Ehrenreich was literally coming into the same universe playing the same character. Not just the same version of he was playing the exact same guy. He was supposed to be Harrison Ford. In something like this, where even the old Fox movies, X-Men movies themselves were continuity schmontinuity, like none of them were actually in continuity with each other. Logan itself, you guys forget that Logan itself, James Mangold, the director of Logan, had come out shortly after the film was out and said, yeah, this is kind of its own pocket universe. It's not really the exact same Logan from the older X-Men films, whatever, because there were some distinct differences. But now regardless, we all know as an audience that whoever the new Wolverine is, we all know it's not the same Wolverine that Hugh Jackman played. We all know it's a different Logan. It's a different Wolverine. With Alden Ehrenreich and Solo, we knew the exact opposite. This is the same one. And we just saw Harrison Ford. And people didn't want a non-Harrison Ford Han Solo. We as an audience are ready for the next iteration of Wolverine, of Logan. We are ready. I mean, the way Logan ended, that was our send-off for the character. And we have lived with that send-off now for 5 years. That happened in 2017, I think. It's 2017, 2018, one of those 2 years. So we have come to peace with that for years. We're ready for a new Logan. And I think just having Hugh Jackman get back on the horse again for one last ride, I don't think that's going to take away, I honestly, in this situation, I don't think that's going to take away from the new person, whoever that's going to be, playing Logan. And by the way, you know, I don't think we're going to get an announcement of who the new Logan is for a little while anyway. So I think we're okay there. So let's move past that to just, holy shit, Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine. The greatest thing on the internet for the past number of years has been the fake feud between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. It's been the greatest. It's been a reason to wake up in the morning and turn on Twitter, because there's not a lot of other good reasons to do that.
It's a hellscape.
Yeah,
it's a horrible
one
place.
oasis of goodness on Twitter has been Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds.
I just want them to be my feed.
And this has been, they should create just their own social media network. This is, again, to me, this is the best news ever. Hey guys, we want to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month. And now for the plot twist.
I'm just kidding, there isn't one. Seriously, Mint Mobile just has premium wireless service from $15 a month. There's no trapping you into a 2-year contract or opening the bill to find these crazy fees. There's no luring you in with free subscriptions to streaming services that you'll forget to cancel and be charged full price for. I used to dread opening my phone bill every month because every time I was opening it, it was like playing roulette. I never knew what the actual price was going to be, and it always seemed to get higher. But not with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or a family, and at Mint, families start at 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And if you're worried about the complication of switching things over, don't. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your phone number along with all your existing contacts. So guys, get premium wireless from just $15 a month and no unexpected plot twists at mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Seriously, you'll make your wallet very happy at mintmobile.com/Campea.
Anyway, Chris, in general, you heard about this news, and do you see any potential drawbacks of Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine?
I love this. I mean, obviously, you have the issue with prequels, right, of stakes, right? We all know that if we are having this be the same Wolverine who is going to go on to Logan and dies that way, we know what his fate is ultimately, right? But we've also always had a character who has a healing factor. So you can do ridiculous things with this character, put them in real danger and peril, totally mutilate him, and he's going to heal. He also gets to do that with Deadpool. I can't wait for some snippets inside Ryan. I think this is going to be hilarious and really, really fun. We've seen on shows too, like Andor, right? We know what happens to Cassian Andor. We know, and we're still finding this to be an incredibly compelling series so far. So I think this can be done well. We've got a great team assembled. He does really, really great work with Sean. You know, Free Guy was so good.
Free Guy was so
Free Guy was
amazing.
great.
I love that.
Adam Project, frankly, I don't think it should have been as good as it was, and I loved that movie. I'm really excited. I love the two of them together. They have such great chemistry, and honestly, I feel like this is something we've been building towards the entire time we've had Deadpool out, right? Because we have all of the little like throw-tos of putting the magazine pictures on his own face and all the comments about him and all the throwbacks to the Origins movie where we first saw Ryan in this role. I think this is just going to fire on all cylinders for me.
Here's the bring that image back up there for a second, Jonathan. So, like, for those of you probably know, they did put out a second video. And one of the things that Ryan Reynolds addresses in the video before the music kicks in to cover up everything else they're saying, he mentions that, look, remember, Logan, the movie Logan, takes place in 2029. But also, I really got to emphasize this again to everybody. James Mangold said Logan was kind of its own thing. You can't think, like, remember, the Fox X-Men movies were all continuity, schmontinuity. You can't think of them linearly like maybe some other comic book properties have maintained a canon. So whatever they do to Logan in this movie, even if Logan dies in this movie, and I don't expect that he will, but even if he did, it does not contradict the Logan movie that we know from 2017, because James Mangold said that was his own kind of pocket universe thing anyway. So I wouldn't be worried about that whatsoever. But come on, just seeing that, doesn't that make your heart smile? Yeah. Come on. Anyway, Aaron, you heard about this. I want to know what your reaction was. I want to know what Tom's reaction was. I don't know. What do you think about this?
I don't talk to Tom. Like, you keep asking me, what does Tom think?
We parent a child together, but that's it.
You know, we talk about diapers and formula, and Tom's always like, why am I not on the show? And now I'm kind of wondering, why isn't Tom on the show? So go down below and let us know your thoughts and comments about whether or not Tom should be on the show instead of his annoying wife. I love this because one of the things, you know, in addition to number one, the most important thing that is going to make any movie or project watchable, successful, etc., it's always, for me at least, story, story, story. And then, as John always says, talent. What is your quote again?
It's never a mistake to add talent.
To add talent. But then on top of that, like coming in a close third is chemistry. You know, we've seen the type of chemistry and the success that comes from it when you pair up Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with Kevin Hart. We've seen it with Julia Roberts and George Clooney. We've seen it with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. And I think that this kind of chemistry, a chemistry that is built on a friendship that has been developing over years. I mean, one of my favorite things that I loved at the very end of that trailer is when they showed all these pictures of the two of them together. And that first picture, you go, oh my God, they're so young. And you realize this is the history. And that's the kind of stuff that you cannot create. You can't contrive. And I've done projects where I've had to do, love scenes with someone that I've literally been like, oh, hi, my name's Erin and we're doing a sex scene today. Okay. And then you do it. And then I've done other sex scenes with people that I'm genuinely in love with. And you can tell a difference. And I'm hoping that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are doing a love scene, which is why I brought that up. Because I would pay money to watch that in a theater.
It's happening in this movie theater. I'll tell you that.
There you go. There you go.
Movie theater.
Right up in this noodle.
So, but seriously, I love the fact that these two who clearly, genuinely respect one another, love one another, and have fun with one another are teaming up. They are just opening it right out the gate. They're saying, hey, listen, we know that people are going to be like, well, I don't understand. There's going to be candidates. They're like, hey, we're just putting it out there. This is the way that we're doing this so that it makes sense in everybody's head. Let's get past that and let's just have some fun. And that is what I see happening. Deadpool is the movie that you go to when, you want to see some kick-ass action fight scenes. You want to see, some emotional, heartfelt, heart ripping out of your chest cavity, but also you want to go and laugh and you just want to have a good time. And the two of them together, I go, wow, as much fun as all the previous Deadpool movies were, this is going to just top it exponentially. And I'm really excited for it. So good for them.
Now, on top of saying, it's never a mistake to add talent, I have another saying that I love, which is winning cures everything.
Yeah.
Just think about this for a second, guys. What were we just talking about? Man, what's going on in Marvel?
Yeah.
This whole Blade situation, the spread tooth thing. But what winning cures everything? Because you know why? Because now we ain't gonna be talking about the Blade situation after the show's over. We're gonna be talking more about Deadpool 3. Winning cures everything. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised to find out if they decided to put this information out now because they knew they were about to announce the fact that they just lost the director just weeks before they were supposed to start shooting on Blade 3. It's like, you know what? Let's move up that Deadpool 3 announcement. And you know what? If that is what they did, good on them, because that's brilliant. Because all I'm thinking about today is how glorious the world looks because we're getting Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman together as Wolverine in Deadpool 3, because winning cures everything. 5 minutes ago, man, what's going on in Marvel? This moment, everything is great at Marvel. It's crazy how that works. And I don't know, can you tell? I'm kind of excited about this. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? About the fact that we are getting Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3. This has clearly been the plan for years. They have been building up to this and seeding the soil on this for a long time so we all could go sploosh, and that's what the world of fandom collectively did last night when they announced this thing. Very, very excited about it. How do you guys, and listen, honestly, let me ask you guys this question. What do you think? I don't think that the idea about the whole solo with all that kind of, I don't think that's a problem, but can you see some potential drawbacks of Hugh Jackman coming back to play Wolverine? I can't right now, but maybe you can. Whatever your thoughts are, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this more in the live questions because I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to have thoughts about this. Jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there.